Welcome to Big Rascals, where we may be grown-ups, but we will never stop being rascals. We are a boys' book club, not just for the boys, but all those who enjoy reading, writing, comedy, and entertainment. Our purpose is to have fun discovering new worlds, making friends, and finding a cure for dyslexia. What's up, guys? We're back. We got all new equipment. We're recording. We're moving up in the world.
Yeah.
So, just like everything, there's going to be growing pains with all this new stuff. We're really not used to it, hearing ourselves like an echo, but we'll get used to it sooner or later.
We'll get it figured out.
But, yeah, it's, I'm Greg.
I'm
Introduce
Jeff.
yourselves, guys.
And I'm Derek.
So, yeah, this is the first time, if you don't know us, that you see us. We're just going to give a little fun fact about ourselves right now. So, Derek, why don't you go first with that?
Oh, having me start. Well, I'm terrible at fun facts, but I guess a little fun fact about me is I'm not a musical theater nerd, but back in high school when we watched Les Miserables in my film literature class, my teacher noticed I was mouthing the words of every line in that movie. So she gave me an A right on the spot. I did have to do an assignment for that film. So I guess my fun fact is I used to, or maybe still can, sing all of Les Miserables. Not very good, but I got it all memorized.
That's awesome.
Impressive.
We'll have to hear your rendition of "I dreamed a dream in time gone by."
Yeah.
It's weird singing that as a guy.
No, what's weird singing as a guy is "On My Own."
That too. And embarrassing.
Pretending he's beside me.
Yep. You don't want to sing that too loud in a public place or even in the shower. People can still hear you.
Well, I don't have Les Miserables memorized, but I have Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat memorized.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll go next. My fun fact is I do a burger review channel called Burger Utah. Yeah, check me out on any social media. It's grown like crazy, just kind of a thing I started, and it's just blowing up.
Well,
so.
Greg's always done burger reviews. This just now that he's like posting
Recording
them.
myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, is that a fun fact or a shameless plug?
that's a plug. And yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but yeah, go follow me, Burger Utah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah. All right, I guess I'll go next. So I'd say my fun fact has to be I have just about explored every corner of Utah. If you guys don't really know, we are all from Utah. But
Yeah, more specifically like the less traveled corners.
yeah.
Not like the touristy spots.
No, not particularly touristy, but yeah, literally almost every corner. Like I've spent a lot of time in St. George, spent a bunch of time in the Four Corners area, and the Uintas, of course, and then the lesser known northeastern corner of Utah, where like almost like there's literally nothing, but still a lot of interesting stuff out there, even though it is such a desolate area. But yeah. That's kind of my fun fact.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, let's get into our top 5. This month, I guess, it's October, so we're going to do our favorite and least favorite Halloween candy. So,
Candy?
Yeah.
Yummy.
I'll go first. I'll give my favorites and then my least favorites. Number 5 are the Lifesaver gummies.
What?
You know, the ones that come in like the little plastic tray. Those are great.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if they have that plastic tray anymore.
Those.
Well, I'm old, so
Well, I remember when they came in the plastic trays.
Oh yeah, those were great.
Probably a choking hazard now.
Yeah, but I'm as basic as they come. I like number 4 Kit Kat, number 3 Twix, number 2 Snickers, and then number 1 the Reese's Pumpkins, and they have to be the pumpkins.
Yep.
Because the regular Reese's just don't do it. You need more of the peanut butter. So, and then let's see, my worst number 5 are the puny little Twizzlers. I never been a fan of Twizzlers.
I don't know anyone who likes those.
I guess I gotta admit I like them. They're not my favorite,
Derek,
but I'm not gonna dog on
anyone.
them.
You're not just anyone.
Yeah. To each their own. But I think my next ones we all can agree on. Number 4, Dum Dums or hard candy. Dum Dums are okay, but they're just like, come on, give us something better, Dum Dum.
It's in the name.
You want gum gum?
I'd rather have like a Tootsie Pop or a Blow Pop.
Oh,
Those are way better. Mm-hmm. And then regular M&Ms, number 3, or like anything dark chocolate, really. Mm-hmm. Regular M&Ms has got to be one of the worst candies out there. I don't know. I figure that they're just so boring and.
Oh, I like them. I just hate pouring them down and losing them.
Yeah, I love peanut M&Ms or peanut butter M&Ms, but regular M&Ms are just boring to me. But number 2, candy corn. Yeah, it's just horrible. But number 1, Smarties or the Necco wafers.
Wait, you hate those?
Yeah, they're horrible.
Well, not the Necco wafers. I get that, but Smarties?
It's just I don't like chalky. They taste okay, but yeah, not my favorite.
That's too bad.
Jeff,
I like Smarties.
All right. I actually brought a visual aid. I like to eat what I talk about. And so, I'll start with the top 5 favorites. And I think this is mostly like growing up because I'd say nowadays I hardly eat any candy. Like most of the time I only drink like soda. If I want something sweet, it's either going to be like a Little Debbie snack or a soda. I feel like, I'm so old. I barely, even think about candy anymore. But
or
when
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Little, yeah, exactly. Krispy Kreme donuts. The like those mini Musketeers that you, There you go. One for each.
Musketeer is a favorite.
Yeah,
thanks,
Jim. These things. It's just pure nougat, but you have to eat off every bit of chocolate, and then you're left with like a ball of nougat.
Oh, you like to make it nude.
They used to be Neapolitan. Strawberry vanilla chocolate flavor.
Were they?
You're making that up. I don't believe you.
I think it was like around World War II is when they changed it.
I don't believe you.
I promise it's a fact. I'm looking it up.
But Three Musketeers classic. And then, of course, candy corn. Love a good.
Wait, you like candy corn?
I love. I've learned I just love marshmallows. And literally nougat and marshmallow or nougat and candy corn are literally just marshmallows.
And you just criticized me for liking the Twizzlers. I can't believe you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love candy corn.
Number 1, it's in the name.
Dang it.
3 Musketeers.
I guess you have a point.
Their original candy bars original format, which consists of 3 separate bars of flavored nougat, 1 chocolate, 1 strawberry, 1 vanilla.
Look at me, I'm Greg. I can look up
I'm so
stuff
smart.
on Google.
Keep those out of here. Candy corn.
You're making a mess.
My goodness.
So you got to take with the candy corn. You have to eat in each individual section. So,
Are they different flavors?
No, but you still feel good about it.
Have you seen people that
And again,
put them together and it actually makes a corn cob?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't make it more appetizing. No.
Could you imagine though having just like a corn cob of candy corn? That'd be fun to eat.
That would be pretty crazy.
All right, where are
course.
we at? I got distracted.
Now I got Airheads. Remember
Those
this
are
is
actually
like
good.
when I was
Man,
little.
how are we even
Airheads?
related?
So
Oh, man, I love Airheads.
They're
you-
okay.
and I learned like a way to you have to like flick them and
Make
it
a ball.
makes like a thick ball of Airhead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
pretty
taught
awesome.
you that.
But I mean Airheads. I mean literally just tongue destroyer, tooth destroyer. These things you go to the dentist the next day and you're gonna have cavities just
Yeah,
from eating one.
That's true.
Not supposed to have them with braces.
And then those pixie sticks.
Speaking of
This is
cavities,
the dollar store version of them, but
The only thing you can do with those is snort them.
no, the best thing to do with those is you get some red vines and you fill them up with the pixie stick.
hey, that's not bad.
Yeah,
Pixie
10 out of 10
sticks,
would
though.
recommend.
Holy cow! You get one of these. I think I would usually eat them as like I got them when I was trick or treating, and then of course one of the
Fruities.
tops, fruities. These things.
Fruities.
I like Fruities because those would be the ones people would leave out when they weren't home, and then you could steal the whole bowl.
Of course you would.
You were one of those kids, huh,
I'm
Greg?
a menace to society, that's for sure. I'll admit it.
You were
yeah.
definitely the bully. I didn't want to encounter while I was out trick or treating.
I did chase some kids with weed
man.
whackers.
Oh man,
We didn't have like actual like string in it. It was just for the sound, just to scare them. But that was pretty fun. Yeah, no, I was the kid that was like at 8 years old because I was so tall. Like when at a young age, people were like, "Oh, why are you still trick or treating?"
And,
like 8
and
years old.
Even
Leave me alone.
8 years later, when he was 16, he was still trick or treating.
Yeah. Free
But
candy.
the
I'd rather have
Fruities-
kids out there trick or treating than like smashing pumpkins and
But you still smash
wrecking
pumpkins,
havoc.
well, yeah. There's worse things you can do on a Halloween night.
Oh yeah.
But the Fruities are better than the fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls. So
Yeah. Well,
And it was just the
no.
small
Have you
little
had the
package.
vanilla Tootsie
Fantastic.
Roll? Have you had that recently?
not
I
really.
forgot how good they are.
Oh yeah.
They're so good.
Okay.
They are surprisingly good.
But that's my top 5. Top or least favorite.
I don't even know what your least favorite is. You got all my least favorites in your top 5.
The least favorite's gotta be like anything with coconut. I hated like Mounds and Almond Joys.
I love those.
Oh, see,
Now
I'm
I
with
do.
Jeff on this one. I hate coconut.
Oh, so good.
I would usually give away like half my candy because it was like half the time Almond Joys.
Yeah, to our dad.
Yeah,
Those.
exactly. My dad loved it. Every Halloween, he would come like a eager little kid as I'm sorting through my candy to take
Dang.
all the Almond Joys.
Very similar to my dad because he took my almond joys and mounds too. Just all the time. Oh, what you got there,
you
son?
got there. You don't want this, right? And then like Necco wafers. Not a fan of those. I do like Smarties, but not the wafers. And then oh gosh, what's it called? Like Sixlets and Whoopers. Oh man, those
Whoppers?
Whoppers.
Yeah.
Whoopers?
I knew what he was talking about.
Whoopers.
I thought they were whoopers too, but yeah, whoppers.
Oh, I could be wrong. I'm not sure on that.
Well,
I've
you
always
were
called
right
them
about the
Whoppers.
Three Musketeers, so you're probably right about this.
Yeah, I have a love-hate with Whoppers. It's like I hate them, and then like the more I eat, I'm like, I kind of like them. I don't know.
See, malt balls, just the malt flavor sounds appetizing to me, but every time I eat it, I'm like, this is not good. It's like gritty.
Yeah.
But yeah, those Whoppers and then like Sixlets, you always get those, and you're like, I mean, those make you wish you had regular M&Ms.
No, that's the opposite.
Oh,
For me, they're so much better.
oh, dang.
They're softer, like more milky.
They are
chocolate.
softer. They just got a funky flavor to them for me. But yeah, that's got to be my candy list.
All right, Derek.
Dang, quite the list you got there.
Hit us with it.
All right, my top 5, I'm thinking I'm a little more basic. Number 5, Starburst. And if I have to rate a flavor of which one of those Starbursts are, pink is the best. And then number 4, Kit Kats. Number 3, Milky Way. Number 2, I had a hard time deciding for number 2, but it's probably Three Musketeers as well. And like Jeff said, you gotta get it to where it's a nougat ball. Make it nude, at least when I was a kid. And then Reese's for me is number 1.
Yeah.
And like you said, with the pumpkins, you gotta have all that peanut butter to sink your teeth into.
Yeah, I mean, you got like the Reese's eggs, the Christmas trees. Those are where
Oh,
it's
wait. I got to rescind my number 2. Actually, I just remembered this. Did you guys ever have Charleston Chews?
at. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Charleston Chews. Vanilla or chocolate, not the strawberry.
Super underrated candy.
I agree. I
Those
get
are
those
so
on
good.
gas stations all the time on road trips.
Oh yeah,
They still slap.
that's another cavity candy. I mean,
That's true.
That,
Yeah.
you're picking Charleston Chew out of your teeth for days.
That's true. And then my least favorite, Necco wafers. But I do like Smarties as well, just to echo Jeff there. And then, sorry, I'm blanking here. I remember my 2 least favorite, but since I'm blanking here, we'll just skip to those. Candy corn is number 2. And you guys remember those little pumpkins that taste like
They're like
candle
candy
wax?
corn.
Yeah, I hate those.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, number 4 was the circus peanuts. I hated those circus
Man,
peanuts.
I have a love-hate with them, too. I kind of like them.
And number 3 was Snickers. I am not a nuts in chocolate kind of guy. I do not like Snickers.
Snickers
Mr. Goodbar?
might be the best candy.
Yeah, I did not like
Yeah.
Mr. Goodbar. No. Mr. Bad Bar is more like it.
You like Crackle with the crunchy rice?
Yeah, the rice is different than from the almonds because it's tiny.
Yeah, no, I love nuts. You know,
Say that louder, Greg.
nuts in my candy bars.
These nuts in your mail.
You like those
All right,
nuts?
enough of that. Yeah. Hey, let us know what your favorite candy is for Halloween.
Yeah, tell us if we're crazy for liking what we like or hating what we hate. Let's see those Whopper defenders in there.
Yeah, and Three Musketeers, come back with the Neapolitan. That would be awesome.
I'd be okay if they didn't.
You're saying you like the vanilla and nougat.
Yeah, I don't like the strawberry.
Okay, then come back with just vanilla. That's what I want.
vanilla option.
Yeah. All right.
Options are good. Options are good.
We're getting a little contentious with their candies, so
Yeah.
let's rein it back in.
Okay.
Yeah, anyways, it's October. Halloween's coming up. I think Derek made a perfect choice on our book that we were going to read and talk about. I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. Yeah, Derek, why don't you take us into that?
Yeah, terrific book. I believe it was written in 1954. You can correct me on that. But this book kind of set the genre on its course for zombie apocalypses, which is funny because they're not zombies in the book.
Oh, man.
They're vampires, but they
Which
do act kind of
technically-
like zombies.
Undead, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Vampires were considered undead. And I did read, or listen, I should say, to Dracula before we did this, which actually kind of enhanced this book for me since the character goes through all the things that Dracula's weak to. But that's me getting a little off topic. To summarize the book, it's basically that genre of the last man on the earth and showing the effects of the character Robert Neville on his psyche of being the only one left. And you basically follow him for, 3 years, kind of, throughout this book, on how he goes from somewhat sane to nearly insane to justifying travesties to
Slow
doing
descent
anything
into
to
madness.
the slow descent into madness and doing anything for companionship, while at the same time being the biggest stumbling block for his companionship. It's really good, and it's a pretty bleak book. And so if you struggle with depression or anything like that, you might not want to read this yet. And if you read this in 2020 during a pandemic, it does make things seem a lot scarier.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a dark story, but it's so cool.
It's
so cool.
Wonderfully written, the way Mathis writes about how flimsy Robert Neville's like sanity gets the more you read, as you see him just like sway into different territories. And the audiobook does who's the narrator for that? He does an excellent job of just changing his voice, making it sound like Western
Almost,
or just kind of goofy when he's just talking to himself,
Almost hysterical.
Yeah, almost
sometimes.
hysterical. Or he's just like,
vampire.
yeah, oh, poor vampire, just wants some blood.
I think it's Robertson Dean. So that's at least Google search. So yeah, great job for sure. That's it's one I listen to every year around Halloween. It's just like a staple, I feel like, in the genre.
Oh yeah.
And great low commitment read, only about 5 hours, little over.
Yeah.
And I believe as a book, it's around 200 pages, a little bit more. So it's not a high commitment. It is a little bit of a slow burn. Mm-hmm. It's not action packed all the time. And that's, I guess that's where we can lead into going into the movies. There's 3 films made off of this, but I believe we've only seen 2 of them.
3 of them?
I believe Last Man on Earth is based off of I Am Legend.
Is it? Dang.
Yeah, but I've never seen that, so I can't say anything on it.
Oh, is that... Wait. TV series? Last Man on Earth?
I don't know. When I was just doing a little bit of research before this episode, a lot of them mentioned how there were 3 adaptations. But the Omega Man in the 70s, and, of course, Will Smith's I Am Legend. That's pretty much the big reason people know that this book exists.
This looks like a super old film.
Yeah, it's probably black and white.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've only heard of Omega Man and, of course, the Will Smith I Am Legend. So.
Yeah, and sadly, at least with the 2 that we've seen, they can never seem to get this book right for a film adaptation.
I'm wondering if they even read the book.
It's very loose.
It's definitely a condition of Hollywood to. I mean, you look at the book, right? Like you said, Derek, it's a slow burn. Mm-hmm. Most of the book is literally just going through Robert Neville's psyche.
Yeah,
there's nothing really exciting about him. Like you don't really know much of who he was, but he wasn't a doctor. Like in Omega Man and Will Smith, I Am Legend, they both are doctors. They both are medical professionals looking for a cure. And it seems like, obviously Hollywood doesn't want to make a movie where a guy's just sitting around stewing and thinking about women. And
well, that's what makes it so captivating, because he's a regular guy. And of course you think, well, if I was alone for 8 months, what would I be going through?
Yeah.
And a lot of the science he goes through in the book is because, well, he's got nothing better to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's the last man on Earth, and he needs to find some purpose. And when he starts getting headway on the explanations of why they hate garlic, why they don't like the cross, why they don't like sunlight, he just immerses himself in it, because I think that is just a coping mechanism that so many people have.
Yeah. Which I think shows the importance of it actually being a book, and why it would be so hard to adapt, because you need to be inside his head.
That's true.
It'd be really hard to be inside somebody's head because it's hardly ever you see a movie where you're actually hearing the person's thoughts.
They could do like the old Dune.
Like
the old Dune movie.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
When you're in everybody's head in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Oh my gosh.
Well, since you mentioned the old Dune movie, let's talk about the Omega Man for a bit.
Dude, like at the beginning, I was gonna say this. I kind of had high hopes because Charleston Heston, he's the lead actor. Right?
Yeah.
What?
Charlton
Heston.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like not Charleston Chew.
Charleston Chew Heston.
Yeah, Charleston.
Okay. Carlton.
It sounds weird.
Carlton Banks.
Carlton
Heston.
Lassiter. Yeah.
Okay. Charlton.
Charlton.
Oh my god.
Still haven't found a cure for
Charlton
dyslexia.
Heston.
Duck and Fisklexia.
Anyway, I really had high hopes because I feel like he
is Robert Neville in my mind.
Like his
when I picture Robert Neville,
grumpy,
I picture Charlton Heston.
Like surliness. Like I'm like, whoa, that's like
and he's sitting there talking to himself all the time, which I would think is a huge factor of a guy just being by himself, just wanting companionship, just talking to anything and everything.
Like everything was like pissing him off. Like
he was so grumpy. And he's playing chess with a mannequin.
I had so much high hope until
narcissistic alcoholic.
The first guy in the hooded robe and sunglasses jumped out.
Yeah, big sunglasses. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh,
not only that, but the music. Whenever they appear, the music. It's like,
I don't know who was in charge of the
score.
I don't know what they were doing.
Looney Tunes like moment.
Yeah. I think they just used like royalty free music.
Yeah.
Whoever was in charge of that, they really experimented and it did not pay off. Oh my gosh. Like the whole chase scene where he finds the girl and it's just like got some weird flute like you're like, what the? What is going on?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's so bad it can be funny, but it's also so frustrating as a movie because again, they really could have. That's the movie where they could have done more true to the book, but they just chose to go they tried to make their own message and push their own narrative for it and totally miss the point of the story.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
See, I think it's I think the book really could be an easy adaptation.
Yeah.
I think there's ways around being in someone's head. I think I Am Legend with Will Smith kind of actually did that by having the dog with him the whole time.
True.
And he has somebody to talk to, even though the dog's not back and forth communication. Mm-hmm. He's able to say what's going in his head to the dog, and it's not weird. So I think it would be easy to adapt personally, but the Omega Man, oh boy, just it fell short. They weren't even vampires; they were just like a cult.
Yeah, they're a sick cult.
Yeah, sick
who hate the light.
Cult. Yeah,
with cool sunglasses.
And don't you love how I can't remember the dude's name who was leading the cult. Matthias, yeah.
Matthias.
How he's so anti-technology, anti-weapons of destruction, and the first thing he does to attack Neville is build a catapult.
Yeah, he gives that whole monologue of the wheels of industry, how evil, this man's a testament of the technology we must destroy. Brings out a catapult.
Yeah. And then his like black dude crony, let me just check him out, man. Everything's like disco in this movie too.
Oh, I loved it.
So yeah, if you really enjoy those ironically bad movies, especially the old kind, give the Omega Man a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't expect too much. Expect to be frustrated by the ending. And
or just, watch it for the humor.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, good humor. I think. Oh man, what was I going to say about it? I took a couple notes on it. Biggest disappointment about the Omega Man: no dog. Where's
the dog? Yeah,
I Am Legend had a dog. The book had a dog. Where's the dog?
I agree.
Yeah, and I wanted to have this conversation. I feel like the book, The Dog Park, was more like influential or like a bigger effect on my emotions than Will Smith's I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Like, even though like both were emotional and had an effect on me, but in the book it's so like devastating.
Yeah, for those of you watching or listening, if you have read it or have not read it, we're definitely going to get into spoilers. But after a while, following Robert Neville, of him finding out how the vampires work, discovering the germ and the reasons for like the garlic and the cross and the steak, why it works, he comes across a dog. And I believe this is when he's 2 years by himself. And he's just amazed, and he just becomes enraptured and obsessed with becoming friends with this dog. And I saw it as a great way to show just how lonely he'd been, because he was willing to forget everything else that gave him a purpose just to become friends with this dog, to have some companionship.
Mathis does such a good job at just like building up the anticipation. Like, he's just one little step, he puts food out, and like the dog comes back, starts eating, he goes out to see the dog, and the dog runs away. He's like, crap, okay, I can't do that. Puts food out, has to wait. Dog comes, gets the food, puts the food out again, has to wait. And like little by little he starts introducing more, getting closer, till eventually he can like sit and let the dog will come and eat. And like the whole time he's just like, I just want to help you. I can see you're injured. I just want to love you.
Take the dog in and care for it. Yep. Yeah. And it's that anticipation. And again, kind of not a high action like sequence, but it's emotional, right? Like that's really kind of the emphasis of the book. There's nothing really high action except for one moment.
Except for like the best part ever.
I would say there's 2 points of action, because one thing I love about this book is I really enjoy books that are able to do so much with so little. Like we mentioned, it's a 5-hour audiobook. It's about a little over 200 pages, and yet so much happens. And
you don't feel
a lot of
shaded
emotion,
or like you're missing anything at all.
Like we said, it's a slow burn, but you don't feel like any of that time is wasted. And like the first action part is where he's just out, he's figuring stuff out. He looks at his watch, he's like, I got plenty of time. And then he checks it again, it's the same time. Something simple like a broken watch just became terrifying in this story, because you don't know if he's going to make it home on time, which he doesn't. They're surrounding his home, and he is just driving his car and taking out some vampires.
It's so good. And
it's great.
Ben Cortman comes out.
That's right. Ben Cortman, his old neighbor, who's just always outside, tell him to come on out, Neville. Come out, Neville. Yeah. Neville. Oh, man. He just doggedly wants to have Neville for himself. It's crazy good.
Eat him up.
I remember the first time I read that, I was like white-knuckled, just like, oh my gosh.
I remember first listening it with you when we were carpooling to work at a job, and I remember hearing that, just being like, oh, shoot, what is he going to do? And, it's so nice when a writer is able to manipulate your emotions like in a good way. Like you actually fear for the characters. You're not like thinking, oh, some Deus Ex Machina is going to kick in anytime.
Yeah. And that really is the power of the book, because like I said, it doesn't have a ton of action, but like he's able to still manipulate those emotions. Like with the dog, moment after moment with the dog builds your emotion around the dog. And then this whole scene, like, when he goes to visit his wife's grave, and like then everything kind of sequences in together, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what's happening? What's going to happen next?
But that part's so cool. He's just like comes up with the plan. He's like, oh, I'm gonna drive slow and bring them with me, and then turn around, and then he does that, and Ben Cortman's there waiting for him, which is awesome. And he forgets his freaking keys in the car.
That's so stressful too.
Oh, that part.
Oh man, and he has to let the car just get destroyed. Oh, you feel so bad for him too, because you're like, man, what's he gonna do now?
He's like, the keys.
Yeah.
But the thing I love is he makes it in. You know, he fights tooth and nail and gets in. And then he just gets so, like, angry and pissed off. Then he's like, just goes back out and starts fighting them again, starts shooting them.
Shoots them.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of a precursor to, like, the rest of the book, how, like, you know, he's totally dwindling, always asking, what's the point of living? Why do I do this? And, you know, a moment like that, he's like, oh, they can have me for all I care. And he just comes out guns a-blazing. But then he obviously comes to his senses and retreats back in. And he's constantly, like, alone in his house, just trying to fight the thoughts of despair and lack of purpose and loneliness and insanity.
Well, and that's kind of one of the raw parts of the book is it really, it dwells on suicide, on like temptation, like unclean thoughts. Like that's not something you really, picture. Like I think Omega Man has a moment where he tears down a poster, like a risque poster, and then Will Smith, I think the one thing he does is he kind of like lusts after a mannequin that in like the movie store. Like he gets kind of attracted to her, but it doesn't really like delve deeply into the fact of a man alone, you know, is going to struggle with that kind of aspect, right? And how hard that would be to just be literally alone. And like, he talks about how the vampires outside are like tempting him, right? The vampire women.
Yeah, it makes you think, how lonely do you have to be in order to think, you know what? Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
That
to
zombie,
at least entertain
she's
the
hot.
thought. Yeah, you know, it'd be like, that vampire zombie out there, she's pretty good looking. Like, that's
exactly.
so wild.
But I think it's more so man alone without a purpose.
Yeah.
Because in the book, he really like turns things around when he's like, he's got a purpose of trying to find like the where the disease comes from and how to cure it. And like
when he's got a direction that you can tell, like the attitude of the book changes entirely.
Speaking of those parts, I personally really enjoyed those parts when like, especially now that I've listened to Dracula, where you're like, it's very nebulous in that book why he doesn't like garlic or why he hates the sunlight. Obviously, the cross because he's an unholy creature. But what's great about I Am Legend is it gets more scientific. It becomes more grounded. For instance, the Iron Cross, he finds out, doesn't work on every vampire. It's a completely psychological thing, because if they were Christian before, they believed, oh no, I'm damned, I can't get near that. But if they were Jewish or if they were
because
Islamic,
Cortman is Jewish, right?
Yeah,
and he
Cortman
only
was
saved
Jewish.
from Cortman because he had a Torah.
Yep.
Right.
Which I thought that was a great idea that Mathis had. And did he explain the garlic? Like, he definitely like got microscopes and everything. And
it
talked about bacilli.
It was
and all
like
that.
They were allergic to it or something.
Yeah,
like
it gave him an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
And like some of them slept in their native soil, just like Dracula, but not all of them did.
Yeah.
And like, but what I really appreciate about how Mathis did all this is, I'm not going to say he made it completely dumbed down.
Yeah.
But the only other writer I know of who's done like some in-depth science-y babble and had it made sense to the common reader is Michael Crichton of Jurassic Park, where you're like able to follow along. You're like, oh yeah, this makes complete sense. Like, of course it's gonna do that. And I really thought that was a masterful stroke on Mathis.
He makes like the science in the book seem like real science, and I think some of it is for sure. But a lot of it's still just fantasy and science fiction.
It's all made up. But like, it was really compelling and entertaining just to see Neville discover all this stuff, and we're just along with him. Like, he's at the beginning, he spends most of his daytime just finding where the vampires sleep and putting stakes in them. And he's always just wondering, why a stake? Why are all the superstitions correct? Until he finds out that it was because they had like a glue inside their body, and it would close wounds, but the stake kept it open. So I thought that was just fascinating.
Like caused
so like they'd shoot him with
reaction
bullets
to the
and
bacteria and cause the body to basically that's one of my favorite quotes from the book. It was, he went from house to house and used up all his stakes he had 47 steaks. And it's just like, that's such a good line. Like, because it's not saying, oh, he went and killed 47 vampires. It's, he went from house to house using up all his steaks. And then the emphasis, he had 47 steaks. It's like, he just, killed 47 people. That's like such an impact, right? Such a good line.
Man, I love just the, I don't know, the slow descent into madness. Like, when he talks about having to make more steaks, and he's just like, gotta do this, gotta do that. It's so like relatable to like when you get overwhelmed with something and you're just like, oh, I have so many things to do, and you just get so cynical and pissed off.
You see him procrastinate a lot of the stuff. Like, he's responsible enough to have survived this long, but you see him just dreading doing all these, like, I need to soundproof the house, and because every night he's hearing them, I gotta make more steaks, and he's just constantly going through a laundry list of things he needs to do, and you just really feel for the guy, because you're like, man, just no rest for the weary, poor guy.
Well, it even emphasizes, I mean, just can you imagine how tiring that would be on your sanity to basically going from house to house every single day. And again, 47 people in one day, right? And staking, 47 people a day about, and then, that's men, women, and potentially children, right? I think even the book kind of alludes to like that there are children vampires or something like that. So it's like, that breaking down your sanity, and then you can imagine like once he found a purpose in like studying the vampire stuff, how much that would change, and like, I don't necessarily might not have to go around staking them, and doing that. I can maybe change my methods, kind of thing.
Which he eventually does when he like brings one out to the sunlight, and he's just like all this time I could have not been making steaks. I could have just been doing this.
Well, he finds out he just needed to cut them deep enough so they didn't seal their wounds. But
and doing that is part of another part where you see his mind just teeter, because he's always kind of justifying what he's doing. He's always saying like, is this right? Like, how funny your morals change when it's up to survival. Like, your moral compass is just no longer a thing when you just need to survive, and that's pretty crazy. Which comes to a second point I wanted to cover. Like, yes, this is a vampire book, but I feel like the vampires take a backseat to the scariest thing in this book, which is obviously being alone. But another scary thing was how it all started, and how the government had all its regulations, and all in the name of keeping people safe. And, I told myself this was fiction, but not to sound too political, but what happened during COVID? A lot of mandates happened, a lot of things closed down, and you're just thinking, man, the government's so inadequate in these kind of things. Like, it's terrifying to put your trust in their hands, and that was terrifying to me.
There's one thing you can always count on, and that's the government messing things up.
Yes.
Exactly,
yeah.
The example I like to use is like in the, I think it was actually in the 70s, or maybe it was the 60s, the Fish and Wildlife Administration took a bunch of fish out west that weren't native and put them in all the streams to like, basically diversify the environment and do all this for the hunting and fishing scene. Of course, nowadays we're like, crap, all those invasive fish are killing all of the native fish and ruining our water sources. And it's like, oh, the carp, thank you, government.
Here in Utah, there's like a overpopulation of carp, which is not a native fish. They introduced it, and they kill the Utah sucker, which is a native fish that actually like cleans the water. And so we have a lake called Utah Lake that is struggling to be clean, and it gets algae every year. And it's because of the carp.
And again, like back in the 70s, they're like, everything the government was doing was saying, oh, this is a good idea. And it's like, maybe we shouldn't let them manage everything, especially, when it comes to like, our personal lives, and like something like, creating quarantines and whatnot for things like that. And I mean, I will say, I do love the sequence, or how the book doesn't tell you everything that happened before
Yeah.
the story, but it gives you kind of little moments where, he talks about there were bombings, there was a war, right? And then they dropped the bombs, and then there were dust storms, and there were insects and mosquitoes, right?
Yeah.
And he said big insects, right? Mutated insects. And then, eventually the disease started showing up. And and again, genius kind of way of making it seem real, right? Because then you have the sequence of like, oh yeah, that maybe could happen. Because then you'd have like mutation from the bombs and would cause dust storms. And basically like the idea is like this vampire disease has always existed, but it was what happened from the wars and the bombs and the insects that kind of led it to spreading a lot more, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's I guess one of the parts that I guess I'm most critical of are the flashbacks. Were a little more on the boring side. Like even though it's a slow burn, I'm entertained the whole time, even when we're in his head and he's
Like, are you saying you wanted
Frackle.
more from the flashbacks, or just the
Or
the
just
story
less
in general?
flashbacks.
shorter.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. My interest wasn't in like what caused or like what happened. I don't know. I just wanted like the story of like Robert.
You wanted to see
at
Robert
that time.
progress and
Yeah.
see what would end up with him.
Uh-huh.
Well,
I
I
can
guess
see
that's a
that.
preference thing because there's a lot of people out there. Like I wanted to know how it all started and why it works the way. Like a lot of people like to know the inner machinations of these kind of things and how they
Yeah.
work. So that's definitely a personal nitpick, and I can see people agreeing with you on that.
yeah.
But the part where he goes and buries his wife, and then his wife comes
that
back.
had me hooked. And
That was cool.
oh,
That's crazy.
that
Can you
was
imagine?
terrifying to me. And
Holy cow!
Yeah.
yeah, just the whole idea of having to have a strong enough will to do the unthinkable in order to just survive.
Yeah.
And it's definitely it's not a headspace you really want to be comfortable in, but that's where this book takes you, and that's why I see it as it's just so bleak because it's constantly taking you past the comfort zone, past the moral compass to that instinctual animalistic survival mindset.
Yeah.
Well,
he was supposed to
yeah.
take his wife to the pit.
to
at
have
the
her
burning
burned,
day.
right?
Government
That's the
said
whole
you
reason
have
she
to
came
burn
back,
them.
right? Because
Yeah.
he didn't have her
He didn't-
burned. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
I can-
super dark.
can
Like,
imagine.
I don't know if I could do that too.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't blame him for wanting to bury his wife.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we did mention the dog and how that just sparks his desire for companionship, which was a great precursor to when he finds another person, when he finds Ruth. When that happened for me, I felt pretty happy for him. He's like a woman
yeah.
in the daylight. How could this be? How did you guys feel when you first heard those words? I was
Yeah.
feeling very triumphant for Robert Neville there.
Yeah. I mean, like we said, like Mathis is just so good at writing. Like he sees her and he doesn't really like register.
Yeah.
And like he hasn't talked. And so his voice is like all hoarse and he's just like,
Wait.
hey,
Hey.
Hey, come back!
And then she
he's
just runs away in
terrifying
fear.
to her.
and it's so good because right before he, finally befriends this dog and only has like a couple days with the dog where they're actually friends. Like he wins the dog over and it's just like the part where he talks about the dog finally is like licks him on his hand. You're just like, oh, that is so sad. And then the dog dies.
Oh.
His state of mind is at a point where he's just broken at that point. And so you come to find out later, remember spoilers, that what was her name?
Ruth. Yeah.
Ruth was sent to infiltrate him, which is such a cool concept.
Yeah.
And you would think, how would a vampire disguise themselves? It's probably just because his state of mind, he was
Well,
such at a
when
broken state.
When you reread it, you see like all of the points. Like
Yeah.
he talks about, he notices all these things with her, like how she won't do certain things, or she didn't like the garlic, right? And
Yeah.
but then she excuses it away, and he's so broken that he almost is blind to it.
Yeah, he's
right.
just
He
like,
knows
I want
all those
companionship.
signs.
I'm going to
Yeah.
ignore these.
Yeah, he's willing to ignore those in order to satisfy his desire for companionship.
Yeah.
And you do find out later when she leaves the note that she was sent to infiltrate him, but she saw just how, like, she was coming and expecting a monster, because she mentions in her note that her husband died, and she knows Robert killed him.
Yeah.
Like, which tells you, oh, these vampires, they seem somewhat sentient and knowing in their stupor, their
Not
you can call it-
I guess there are some of them that are mindless kind of vampire zombie things.
yeah,
but
which Ben
most of them
Cortman and his
were-
gang seem to stay. But
Yeah.
Ruth mentions how a lot of them have organized and can be in the daylight for a few hours.
Yeah.
And it mentions she put on like makeup or a spray tan of some
Yeah.
sort to hide her pale skin. And, she came in expecting this monster, and all she found was just this broken man. Like
Yeah.
you said, his voice
He's
was
just-
hoarse because he hasn't been talking to anybody this whole time. And he doesn't know how terrible he sounds. And she just sees, oh, this guy's pathetic.
Yeah. And he really is, he's not evil at all. He just wanted to survive.
Yeah.
And Ruth saw that. But
Well, and that is kind of leads to the big kind of reveal at the end is how the vampires really ended up seeing him as the monster, right? He was the one who came in the daytime to kill them, to terrorize them, right?
I think that's so amazing. Like, I remember when I was listening to it with you, you were just telling me how the ending was so good. And obviously spoilers, he gets captured by the organized vampires, and they're forming the new society. So essentially, the vampires are now humanity. They are what's going to be populating the earth and what history will remember. And to them, like you said, he came while their sleep time. He was the boogeyman. He was the killer with the cross that came in their sleep. The thing that the parents told their children, if you don't act good, Robert Neville's gonna get you.
Another
he
quote
is
I
the
love.
legend.
Yes.
Yeah. So the quote of it is, I am the abnormal one right now. To them, he was a scourge, a new superstition entering the unassailable fortress of forever. I am legend. It's just like, ooh,
man.
yeah.
Gives
I
me
get
chills
chills
every time.
Every time. And I've read it probably like 10 times.
Every
And so-
Halloween. It's a great reread every Halloween season.
And the first time, I swear, like all my hairs were just standing on it. It was just like, whoa. That's
like,
so cool.
It's amazing what a good ending can do for a book, because most of the book, back when the Will Smith version came out, like zombie apocalypse movies seemed to be all the rage in those days.
Yeah.
You had I Am Legend with Will Smith. You had Warm Bodies. You had World War Z. Like, it was so easy to just
Walking Dead.
Yeah,
TV
Walking
show.
Dead. And with the way the book is written first, it's so easy to say, this book doesn't do anything new until it doesn't. It ends with that right there where, wow, Robert Neville, the guy I've been connecting with, he's the bad guy to these people. And they're the ones who are going to establish as humane as vampires can get, a humane society, a new world.
How things happened,
I think he says like
So
full
good.
circle, he's like the Dracula now. To them.
He's that legend, that
scourge,
monster
the
that
new
you
scourge.
can't find. He's the cryptic that
Yeah.
you have to try to find but don't know where, but
Which
he'll
again
come and get
goes
you.
back to the whole 47 stakes, right? Basically, going from house to house, taking out all these unsuspecting vampires. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
it's so good.
Could you imagine if you were a vampire and like during the day you go into a coma and you're just like, oh my gosh, this guy is going around staking everybody. I better hide, like Ben Cortman hid in a chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he
so-
got
He's in
real
the
clever
chimney
with
the
his
whole
hiding
time.
place.
Yeah, so like from their perspective, it is scary. It's like a
Yeah.
monster just coming in the night. That's gonna
Yeah,
kill
it's the
you.
equivalent of, when you're a kid and you thought if you let your hand hang over the bed, something would come out and grab it.
What do you mean when you're a kid? I still think that.
Okay, let me ask you this then, Craig. A little off topic. If you truly believe there is something in that room that's going to grab you, why the heck are you in that room? Get out of there, man.
Because
There's something in every room, Derek.
I truly know there's nothing in that room, but my mind still plays tricks on me. Oh,
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I bet you if you start running away, you'll get like cerebral palsy all of a sudden and music will start playing like that one dream you had.
oh yeah. I was on like a roller coaster or something with my dad, getting chased by zombies.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You get cerebral palsy just going, and you just hear,
Oh man. Yeah, my dreams are very lucid.
Fantastic.
I mean, that leads us to the Will Smith's movie.
Wow.
I'm just like, how is he legend?
This whole
is he
I
just
Am Legend really
because
is
he's cool?
why
He's like,
a movie has
he
never
found a
been
cure.
done
He
on
cool.
it, because a movie's never made this point. Like,
Yeah.
really. It's all been, like you said, Derek, typical zombie apocalypse style story.
Just
not
trying to
doing
find
anything
a cure.
different. Yeah.
well, the ending of this book is pretty bleak. Obviously, the person we've connected to, he's the bad guy to these vampires, and he ends up getting executed. It's not a happy ending.
There is
for Robert.
no cure. Yeah.
There's never a cure. What do you think? Is it Robert Mathis or Richard Mathis? Richard Mathis, I believe, is the author.
Yeah.
What do you think he was trying to say with this book? What is he trying to say about either society, government, humanity as a whole?
It's definitely a perspective thing, right? Because again, from Robert's perspective, he was fighting off the enemy, right? The vampires. But then when the populace became the more mass group became the vampires, the normal, right? Then it became they were trying to fight off the villain, right? So that
He was the evil force that needed to be extinguished. So do you think he's probably saying something like the majority makes the rule kind of thing? Or I think a lot of the themes in this book are just, it's amazing what you give up once you have to survive. Because I think one of my favorite lines was how, what was it? How easy it is to accept the incredible when you see it every day kind of thing. Because like that line hit me hard because I'm like, once you see something you never thought possible, or you've done things that you've never thought you'd do all the time, it's so much easier to accept it and just write it off as run of the mill, no matter how heinous or harrowing it is.
Yeah. I agree for sure. Richard Mathis, I think his genre is horror. So I read one of his books, Hell House, which was great. But
Oh, yeah, I've
a
heard you
lot
tell me about
more
that.
graphic.
Yeah.
Interesting. This book is like super clean, like no swearing or anything, and it's
I
great.
think it's
for
got
that.
some swearing.
Nothing like
Stephen King.
super vulgar.
Yeah.
I mean, Stephen King.
He's not dropping F-bombs ever.
Yeah. But Hell
Child
House
orgies.
Hell House is way more graphic. We talked about that.
Yeah, you've told me about that. That sounds like an interesting read.
Yeah.
Dang,
But
that's crazy.
no. I think it's just such a cool concept. I really don't know if he had like an underlying message. I think he just had an idea and kind of went with it, and I think it's just like an original idea.
Yeah.
So
Especially for the time, which I guess you could really account to his strength as a writer, because we're definitely in a time where we can see a lot of writers, their personal biases are just so front and center in their narratives, and it drives me insane. I feel like with creatives nowadays, we're in like a post-creative era, and we need like some sort of
it can
awakening.
ruin a good story. When those get in the way.
Yeah. I'm so cynical with new stories because of it. But if he did have any ideas or some radical concept he was trying to introduce with this, he did a great job making it in the narratives to the point where we can't even find it, I guess, which is a real strength to him because, like you said, Jeff, it's all about perspective, I would say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And again, looking at the book between the movies, right, there is a bridge of difference. Like the movies, they took kind of some ideas from the book, especially
loosely.
Will Smith, I Am Legend. To me, it is a completely different story. It is not the book I Am Legend because again, same name character, same, like there's a dog, right? There's a disease, but like the story of Will Smith, I Am Legend is not the same story. It doesn't have the same, except for I'd say the loneliness, which it does a decent job at displaying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, same with Omega Man. Like they do the isolated, kind of fall into madness, decent, but yeah, like this story, like the vampires in I Am Legend are so ridiculous. They're
pretty
pretty
much
sure
just
like they
rabid
originally
zombies.
the CGI for that one ruins it for me. Anyways, it's so bad. But originally they were going to do all practical. You can look up like pictures of the makeup they had. It was so good.
Really?
It would have been so good.
That is, 100%
I think it was too scary to test audiences or something. I'm not sure, but that's what I heard at least.
Money, having a larger amount of people come to the theater to see something is more appealing than making a better movie in a lot of cases, and that's a problem.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
Hollywood, where's your integrity? Let's get back to producing quality. I feel like there's only a few good directors out there, like Christopher Nolan.
Depends on who you ask.
That was our last podcast discussion, right? Yeah.
Dude.
Some people, I like him. I do like Christopher Nolan. I think sometimes he can be a little big for his britches, but a lot of his stuff is
I'd
good.
say 80% of his stuff is actually really good with his non-linear approach to storytelling. I find that pretty fascinating. But I know you're a Zack Snyder fanboy.
I am.
I
like his
he's
style.
A little washed
I
up.
like the direction he was going with DC, but there's things from Zack Snyder I'm just like, eh.
Oh, okay.
Like Sucker Punch was pretty bad.
So you have some sanity.
And
that's good.
Not a complete fanboy.
I mean, the more I watch Watchmen, the more I like it. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's horrible. But it was way ahead of its time.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Definitely a movie that was able to ask a lot of hard questions.
Yeah.
But could have been cut down maybe 45 minutes or an hour.
A little less nudity, maybe. But
Yes.
I mean, all the slow-mo, you want to get rid of that?
You can
Lots
shave it
of
down.
slow-mo.
But that's a Zack Snyder staple at this point. I don't think you can get rid of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, though. Very few, directors with integrity. And even if, maybe they start out with a good movie, a lot of them tend to go down the path of just going for the money because they get popular from
It's
that
not
good
about
movie.
art anymore. It's about
that's right.
politics and money.
Yeah.
It's sad.
So what you're saying is we need a creative in Hollywood to just go in there and say, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
Hence why Christopher Nolan is the GOAT.
Yep. To quote a Christopher Nolan film.
Yep. One thing I was going to mention about Omega Man and Charleston Heston. Do you think it's in his contract that he has to be shirtless for a certain amount of time?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. And not only that, when he turns on his cameras and the biggest screen is of him.
Yep. Yeah, he was wandering shirtless in that movie for a ridiculous amount of time.
More than you would think.
Yeah.
I get Planet of the Apes and why he'd be shirtless in that, but and it's not like whoa. Careful. And I have no room to talk and but it's not like he's some bodybuilder.
He doesn't look like Chris Hemsworth, just absolutely chiseled like a Greek god.
Maybe back then that was the ideal body, but
Well, I had somebody
I just
say
thought it was so
that was
funny.
his last movie where he looked good. Do you remember the scene where he's running around the building and he's like, well, that's a 3-minute, 40-second mile. I'm like, I think that's physically impossible.
He
You
said
did
that.
not
I
run.
was like, wait a second.
Oh, man.
I think that's a world record right there. Because I remember Roger Bannister was the first man to break a 4-minute mile. It was like
Barely.
3:59.
Oh my gosh.
He's doing it in like slacks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
it's
a
just
tracksuit.
so casually too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that movie. Just the lines. I actually pulled off a couple. I made a couple gifs from it. Like used a screen record to make a couple gifs. Like there's a scene where
You got way too much time on your hands, Jeff.
it was pretty quick. It's like pretty intuitive on the phone. But the girl that he meets, she ends up getting the jump on him and is holding the gun on him, and she's like. She's like, do you have anything else to say, fathead? And then he's like, my name is Robert. And he turns and she like smacks him with the gun, knocks him out. And she's like, your name is Mud now. It's just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, this movie, it'll have some like one-liners and laughs from it. But yeah, don't expect anything like engaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not the most, I guess, high mindset film that's going to just make you go, whoa.
Yeah.
Make you have an aha moment.
I will say about the Will Smith I Am Legend, like I have, when that movie came out, I hadn't read the book, I hadn't seen Omega Man, but I absolutely loved it. And again,
Yeah,
like
I agree.
bad effects aside, like I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the passion. Like the message at the end was hopeful. I'm a sucker for a hopeful message, right? Mm-hmm. But
I like dark.
yeah.
I'm with Jeff here. I love the stories focused around hope, and it can always get better. Hence why I'm such a big Lord of the Rings fan. You know, Sam's speech about how this is such a great world, and you know, so many heroes have already gone through bad things, and there's something in this world worth fighting for. There's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for.
Oh, yeah.
I should digress. We could talk for hours on Lord of the Rings, and I don't want to make this about
That's probably why we won't do Lord of the Rings.
I hope
Those are
we
long
do someday. You know, that'd be really fun. But you
Yeah.
know, there's a lot of
Yeah.
podcasts out there doing it
man.
too. So we'd have some stiff competition.
Yeah. But totally.
Anyway, you were saying
Yeah, it's just
it was filled with hope.
yeah, like I say, decent movie, not the same story, right? Completely
Yeah.
different story. Good movie. Well, I'd say decent movie. Poor visual effects, totally, which are a huge detriment to it. Because again, I think that's why everyone criticizes it.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, like, I mean, the moment when the dog dies, right, and Will Smith has that break, right, like that is such a raw,
Yeah.
like, visceral moment, and again, goes to the loneliness aspect of things. Totally misses the whole I Am Legend, the title. Like, honestly, the title
Well,
should be flipped, right?
I believe there was an alternate ending if you like went to the bonus content back when DVDs were a thing and you
Yeah.
had bonus content to look at. I think there was an alternate ending that kind of drove that point home.
It didn't.
Well,
I just
Yeah.
they tried. I guess let me rephrase that. Where
They
they
attempted,
tried,
but
they
failed
attempted
miserably.
to, yeah,
Yeah,
which
no,
it still goes right over your head. You don't get
That's
that
hilarious.
sense.
It does. It definitely it puts an effort,
Yes,
but it
An
falls
effort.
way short. The vampire, like the chief vampire's coming back to get his girlfriend.
right.
The alpha male and the
Yeah.
alpha female.
Yeah.
They don't even attempt to give them names. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Rewatching it, I really tried to watch it as if it's not, the book.
Yeah.
And I've just become a little more cynical with movies, I think. And I felt like it. Yeah, like when I first watched it, I enjoyed it and I liked it a lot. But rewatching it, I'm just like, oh man, this is so bad. There's so many parts of it. I'm just like, He's hunting for deer in a freaking Mustang.
That
Like,
had
how
to be like
dumb.
a producer's decision.
Yeah, that was a. That
Yeah.
had
It'd
to
be
be
cool
like,
if he was
yeah.
in a car.
It's one of those. Wouldn't it be cool if insert idea here?
This is Will Smith
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Yep. But yeah, one thing I noticed about both the movies is I think was to its detriment of the bleakness of the book, which really, drove the point home, was they added way too many human characters into those, like Omega Man.
Exactly,
Oh,
yeah.
you see there's a small society of people.
Yeah.
And you find out about that at the end of the Will Smith I Am Legend. So, which I get. It makes
Yeah.
it a lot
There's,
more
like,
hopeful.
that hope,
it's
right?
not, you're not sitting there thinking humanity as I know it is gone forever, which that's what the book ends
yeah.
off of, which I feel like really drove the point home with that bleakness and just
It's
that
a
concept
completely
of
different
what
world.
happens. Like, would this be a good thing? Would it not be? Is humanity doomed if something like this would happen? I don't know. But I feel like that bleakness is what makes you think and puts you in those scenarios and allows us to have cool conversations like this.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's brave to go that direction. I think it's, I wouldn't say cowardly, but it's like mainstream to end with like a more hopeful. I don't know if you guys have seen Martin Scorsese, The Departed.
No, I haven't seen that one.
No.
I mean, it's considered one of the best movies of all time, and the ending to that is so like frustrating. I don't know if I want to spoil it for you guys.
Okay,
but,
yeah. Then
Yeah.
I say you don't. I don't
Maybe
want this
save it.
spoiled. for me.
Okay. I mean, people die. It's called The Departed, but the wrong people die for the wrong reasons.
Interesting.
And so that's why it's like very frustrating.
It's
but
kind of like the second Planet of the Apes when the entire planet blows up. And you're like,
the one with Mark Wahlberg.
no. The second one from the old Charlton Heston ones.
Oh.
I think he even dies in that one. You're just like,
I didn't know
What the
there was
heck?
an old second Planet of the Apes.
there's
yeah.
like a whole series of them. Yeah.
But that's crazy.
They're
I
kind
don't
of
know.
frustrating, but yeah.
So I think it's maybe not brave, but it's like bold. And so I think it's kind of refreshing when there's, it's not a happy ending. Like
Yeah.
No Country for Old Men.
It's definitely not a popular view or storyline
route to take.
But,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It's
But
Yeah,
like
I
the
get that.
impact you had from this book versus the movie, what's more impactful and more
That's true.
memorable?
That is true.
Exactly,
The book
yeah.
definitely stays with me a lot more because of how hard-hitting that ending is. It's probably the same reason why Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck hits me so hard, because it's got such a sad ending. And if
Yeah.
any of
Oh,
you
yeah.
have read that book, you know what I'm talking about.
or seen the play. Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
that play.
Poor Lenny.
That's a good
Or
one.
Where the Red Fern Grows.
Oh, yeah.
Or Old Yeller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I
Why are we
mean-
talking about dogs dying on this podcast here, guys? Come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
we love dogs.
Doggies.
dogs
Anytime
go
there's
to
a
heaven.
dog in a story, I'm gonna love it. So
That's true. You do love dogs probably more than any of us here, Greg.
Oh yeah.
but yeah. Anything else you guys have? Any thoughts?
No, but I would love to hear your guys' ratings on it, unless you got anything more to add, Jeff.
I just had something come to mind. It was another story. It's good. Have either of you seen or read The Road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't read it,
That-
but I saw the movie.
That is another bleak one, right? Because
Yeah.
talk about another book, and again, not the same concept of like I Am Legend, but a good example of a bleak story, because the entire book is bleak.
Yeah.
Right? And it really ends not even on like a hopeful note, just literally on like, things are still bad.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's another
It
one.
was good though.
Yeah, it definitely good.
I heard the movie followed the book pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
it's such an intense story, so raw and like visceral. Just
Yeah.
I mean, just so many scenes where you're just like, oh my gosh, this is. You just hope the world could never come to this kind of reality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made me think of something that's kind of in the same genre as these stories. I feel like is the perfect balance. The Book of Eli. Did you guys ever see that?
Oh yeah, that I love.
You have
that
it?
movie.
Oh, Derek.
So
okay,
good.
Don't look up anything about it. It's probably one of the best twists ever. So
Best twist.
go watch it.
You're building this up pretty big, great man.
You'll be blown away.
Is
I'll
it
tell you
as
that
big of a
much.
twist as Shutter Island? Because that one was a complete mind jack.
It's on that level.
Like, I did not know what to think. So
Yeah.
it is on that level?
It's on that level, but it's dark, but a hopeful ending.
Yeah.
So it's kind of best of both worlds. For
yeah.
Sure. So
Yeah. Super dark world.
Book of
but
Eli, huh?
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to try
I'm
and look
so
that up.
excited. Next time we're gonna see it.
Is
Yeah.
that based on a book or is that just like an original?
Probably the Book of Eli. It's in the name.
I'm not sure.
That would be kind of cool to find out. But yeah, that again, it has Denzel Washington, so it's automatically going to
so
be
this
a good
is going to
movie.
be a real good
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
Okay. I
it's
missed that,
a
man.
religious movie too. So
Really?
yep,
Yeah,
it's about the Bible.
yeah,
Interesting.
It's so good.
awesome action too.
Yeah,
Great stuff. Definitely worth seeing.
yeah. Mila Kunis is in it, and
Oh, really?
what's the mate? Who plays Gordon in Dark Knight?
Oh.
What's his name?
Oh, shoot. I can't tell you right now.
Oh, it just left my brain too.
Dang.
Yeah.
Look him up.
Um,
Hey, you had me at Denzel Washington, though. I love that man.
oh yeah, just everything he's in, so good.
Yeah, he just makes everything good. That guy knows how to act.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to hear your guys' rating of this book, unless there's anything else to say besides this
We
actor's
pretty
name.
well covered it.
Gary Oldman. Oh,
Gary.
Oh
Oldman.
yeah,
Yeah.
how did we forget that?
You just know him as
I just know him as
Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary Oldman and Denzel Washington. Like, are you kidding me? That's a solid cast.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, read I Am Legend. Read it. Forget about the movies. Watch Omega Man for laughs,
Yeah.
and then go watch Book of Eli if you haven't. Do not look up anything about it. Do not get spoilers. But where have you been if you haven't seen Book of Eli at this point, Derek?
I don't know. I've been in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, rating. Oh man. So I would say I would probably give the book. This is such a tough one. I would probably say 7 out of 10 for me. It's worth a
I feel
reread.
like it's pretty low.
I mean I enjoyed it. 7 I think it's still pretty good. It's a good book. It's it hits you on that first read. It's definitely could be reread for sure. I mean in terms of books on my bookshelf, I wouldn't necessarily go for this one all the time. Not to say it's a bad book. It's just once I've read it, it kind of like stuck with you that time. But always fun to go back to, especially on like a season like this, and, after experiencing things, because I read it pre-COVID and then of course reading it, post-COVID gives you kind of a different perspective. So,
Yeah. Oh, for me, this is in the 9s. This is, a 9-1.
Dang,
I reread it every year around Halloween, and it gives me chills every time. I love how short it is, how just entertaining. I love it. It's great. I think Richard Matheson is such a good author. Like the way he writes is so good. So
I'd probably give it an 8.4. Like I mentioned, probably my favorite kind of books are...
I gotta pee.
Like I mentioned, my favorite books are definitely the ones that do so much with so little. That's probably why The Hobbit is my favorite book of all time.
It really is a perfect example
Yes.
of that too, yeah.
Such
a short book.
Yeah.
So much happens.
Which that's kind of like, I have no problem with length. If you have more story to tell, more lore to go into, more character development to do, that is totally fine. We're Lord of the Rings fans here. That's over 1,000 pages with all 3 volumes together, and that's a solid 10 out of 10 for me. But what I hate is bloat, the unneeded stuff, the page fillers, the fluff you could cut. And thankfully with I Am Legend, you don't feel that. You don't feel your time is getting wasted. And like I've said before, 5 hours, about over 200 pages, you're not going to... Because one of the worst things for me, the biggest diss on a book is to say, it made me feel nothing, and I wasted my time reading this. Like, that is the worst thing, and you can never say that about I Am Legend. So, definitely, and did I say 8.4 or 8.5?
8.4.
8.4. Definitely higher on the scale, and it's definitely one of my go-to reads for Halloween ever since you showed it to me, Greg. And I just like how you're not spending too much time, so you can do your other Halloween reads. Like I said, I did Dracula for this season, and that actually enhanced this book for me. I loved it. Mm-hmm.
I get through it a day at work, just one day, which
lucky
is so
you.
nice.
You don't have people talking to you at work. As soon as I start an audiobook, I get asked questions. As soon as I start anything on my headphones, I get asked questions.
Yeah.
So it's always the car ride for me that I'm listening to audiobooks.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, check out I Am Legend if you haven't. Well, spoilers, too late. So hopefully you've already checked it out.
You got to experience, though. You may have heard the spoilers, but experience it. Go on that journey. Mm-hmm. Join Robert in his bleak loneliness and companionship he gets ever so little of.
It's
it is so worth it.
It is a total experience and worth every minute of listening to it, and just again such an easy listen too.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
easy. Yeah.
So, I guess it's my choice for the next book.
What are we reading, Greg?
What?
I thought about this for a while, and I kind of feel like, well, I wanted to pick one from my favorite author, Orson Scott Card. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the obvious choice would have been Ender's Game, but I'm like, it's November, like around Thanksgiving. So I feel like one of my favorite book series of his, and Orson Scott Card, if you are listening, what are you doing? What do we need to do to get this series finished?
Yes, please.
Please.
Like, I feel like I know where he's going with this.
Okay. So I think we should do the first two. We're going to do Seventh Son and Red Prophet.
Good choices.
Because
fantastic.
I'm pretty sure Orson Scott Card, when he was initially writing, these two were supposed to be just one book.
Interesting.
That would make sense, because the copy I got was both those books together, bound together.
Is that the Hatrack River one that has all 3 of them? Because I've seen one that has like all 3, the first 3 books all together. But
okay, I haven't seen
interesting.
One
I haven't heard about 2 of them. That's cool.
I got it on Amazon. Just the Seventh Son and the Red Prophet.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, just to give a little background, the it's called the Alvin Makers series, and
the Tales of Alvin Makers.
Yes, Tales of Alvin Makers series, and it was Orson Scott Card goal to write like a King Arthur kind of. Like for how King Arthur is for
American mythology.
Yeah, it's American mythos.
Yeah, American mythos.
Frontier
of
American mythos.
Integrating real history into a fantasy story. So I just love that. And a lot of my History knowledge from the early days or Tecumseh comes from these books. Yeah. So
yep, when you're going through U.S. history and you've read the books, you're like, oh, I know this character. I know this guy.
Yeah.
I've heard of him.
Yeah,
he doesn't have magic.
It is a great retelling of, well, not retelling. It's a great fictional telling of frontier America in its early infancy, because you hear them mention George Washington and Ben Franklin and all that. It's so funny to see them talk about how like how mystical they are.
Yeah. And like real people are in it from history. Like Abe Lincoln is in the story later on in the series.
Yep.
I don't know. You haven't got
I
that.
have not gone that far yet,
But-
so that's pleasing to hear for me.
Yeah, like Mike Fink's in it. Obviously,
Napoleon,
Tecumseh.
Lafayette.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Napoleon
Napoleon,
Bonaparte.
Demarquis.
Yeah, or Scott Card. He's my favorite. His writing style, to me, I know we've talked about this, Jeff, and I think you disagree, but it's easy for me to read and understand. Like his dialogue is just so like smooth.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah. Oh, it'll be fun to talk about and
Yeah.
get into that because I do. This will be a great book to read or a great set of books. I think.
Yeah, the Tales of Al Maker series, the first 2 books, Seventh Son and Red Prophet.
Yeah.
So that'll be next month
Yep.
of November. We are going to try and release our episodes on the 15th of each month. So look for us on any platform, Big Rascals. Like I said before, if you have any suggestions or you want to reach out, or if you're looking to even donate or to our podcast, we're always very grateful for anything. Or if you want to sponsor us or anything like that, you can reach us at our email. It's bigrascals.podcast@gmail.com. So,
And for those of you watching, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe. That goes a long way to helping the channel as well.
Oh, yeah.
Leave in the comments what books you would like us to cover, because we're starting off with books that we really love, but we would love to see what you have. And we can't show our variety as raters of books if we don't do some that we hate or we think we're going to hate and then turn out to love.
or hidden
eventually.
gems that we've never
Yeah.
heard about. We want those.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
we want those hidden gems. We are always looking for those hidden gems that no one knows about but needs more appreciation.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Be a lot of fun.
Yeah. We want
Expanding.
this to be a club. So
Yep.
come and join our club.
Yeah,
be
we
part
want
of
you
the
to
Big
influence
Rascals.
it. Yep. Please share your nostalgic reads with us.
Yep. All right. Well, this has been Big Rascals. Keep reading, keep writing, and stay rascally, my friends.
Awesome.
Catch y'all later.
Bye.
See you guys.